The most infamous deleted videos on YouTube. The following content may contain suicide or self-harm topics. So, I don't care.
From a cruel, heartless prank that left everyone in shock.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know exactly why it's flagged then. Because isn't this the prank where literally he pretended that he killed himself or something? Anyways, I'm just interested. Why, you know, suicide prevention. Here's a number to call is crazy. A chat link is crazy. Yeah, I hate when they do this, by the way, when YouTube just like, I feel like their AI is so trash because they'll just put like ridiculous stuff. We'll see how likely it is that this is actually true, the whole suicide thing, like if this is even needed. Probably not, for being honest.
To a music video featuring an alleged PDF file. These are just a couple of the
What?
many YouTube videos that were so bad they had to be erased from the internet. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries.
I'm not gonna lie, I've only deleted like 3 things on my channel. Um, and the things I've decided to keep and will keep are diabolical. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of don't respect people who delete things off their channel unless it's something like very like telling of your life. Like if you have a clip from your channel from like when you were 11 years old and now you're like 19 making professional videos, maybe you should delete it. But like, I don't know, it's just to me, it's like if you upload something, you gotta keep it. Like, it's just now it's gonna be there like forever. You gotta keep it there so people can see where you came from. Like what you started out as, what you thought about, just how it goes, you gotta give lore to your channel. And people who delete everything just to have look professional make their channel look less, less real. It feels more corporate, I guess you could say. Which ain't a
And
bad thing,
today, we'll
necessarily.
be going over YouTube's most infamous deleted videos, why they disappeared, and what happened next. And as you'll see by the
Oh
end of
my
this
god, I forgot Dream deleted that.
video, not all of these videos deserve to be nuked off the platform. That being said, the first video on our list shouldn't have been uploaded in the first place.
I forgot about this.
I'm of course talking about the worst video Logan Paul ever posted onto the internet, featuring a certain forest in Japan. But what
I feel like low-key he's kind of the start of American content creators being looked out as bad to go to Japan. Like, he started making us look bad, and he's the start of like, streamers going to Japan and just doing dumb stuff and making us look horrible as Americans. Um, because this is like the first real incident, and then, years later, he just got way worse. Like, if this didn't happen, I'm not saying that, the things after that wouldn't happen necessarily, but like I feel like it is the catalyst, it's the start of the downfall. And now isn't there rules in Japan where it's like you can't film or something in public? I don't know. I know there was some sort of like law about it.
What most people forget is that he was being an obnoxious prick even before the big controversy. You see, back in 2017, Logan was one of the most popular YouTubers on the planet. He had millions
Oh
of
my God, 22 million views? Who's watching this? Why 2017 was the best year of my life. Crazy. Puppy Kong's first blind date, 7.2 million views. The Deadly One, I mean, that's valid. That's valid. That's got views. But, like, everything else is crazy. But, yeah, YouTube was a different landscape because I remember these. Ruining my friend's date to Disneyland, kissing. Like, oh my god. I remember seeing all those types of videos all the time. 7 years ago? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, actually, this looks exactly how the landscape was back in the day. Morgues, What's the crazy? Santa diss track, by the way. 91 million views. Crazy.
fans who watched every video he uploaded regardless of its contents. This made him feel invincible, believing that he could do or say anything and not face any consequences, which also explains his unhinged behavior when he visited Japan in December of that year, where he went around being a complete racist,
Tokyo is a real-life cartoon.
causing chaos in public.
Now, why is it that every like person who's ever watched anime who goes to Japan instantly is like, God, it's like anime, like, dude, like, I feel like anime is kind of a real problem because the people who watch it really just are convinced that, like, wow, Japan is literally just anime. It's like, no. Even though they have similarities, it's like that's not how that works. Those people ruin everything. Bro, yeah, nah. I don't know how you could ever like muster up the courage to do that because, bro, like you're just attracting all this negative attention on yourself and you just don't care? Like how?
Don't
How?
mind me, dumb American, pants coming down.
What?
and harassing locals
What?
with a plush
What?
Pokeball.
Toyota, I choose you. No, no, no. Ah! Gotcha, bitch. He's gonna catch you. Okay, get him. Honey, get him. Get him.
While the video of him being a complete arse
I
in
feel like
Japan
these people need to like Logan Paul when he did this, he needs to put in the perspective if someone did this to him. Now, I think most people would agree that yeah, they probably would just think, "Wow, this is a great day." But some people, bro, you have to realize these not everyone's having a great day or likes the joke, you know? Some people you'll realize is just there's some people in the world who are very serious people who just don't know how to enjoy their life and you know, you could completely mess up their day by doing this.
and still received millions of views. Some people were not happy with his antics one bit, with comments like, "In the future, there'll be a picture of Logan Paul next to the word douchebag in all dictionaries." And I feel like he's taking advantage of the Japanese people's kindness and therefore thinks he can do whatever he wants. This is disgusting. What these people didn't know at the time was that things were about to get a whole lot worse. On December 31st, 2017, Logan uploaded a video titled, "We found a in the Japanese blank forest."
See, I don't know why you'd ever upload this on YouTube, if we're being completely honest. It's just such a, like, weird concept. Like, who's gonna, like, why did 6 million... Well, I mean, let's be honest, we know why people clicked on this. Because when you see a title like that, it's like, oh. Oh, this is where the... Oh, yeah, obviously, this is where the suicide thing came from, obviously. That makes more sense. But, I don't know, it's just like, dude, why would you ever upload this to YouTube? Like, just a dead body? You're just disrespecting this person. Completely.
Its thumbnail also showed what looked to be a person hanging from a tree. People clicked onto this video
Wait, what? It was in the thumbnail? Oh,
hoping that it was
diabolical.
just clickbait, and unfortunately, it wasn't. While trekking through the infamous forest, Logan and his team went off track and came across the final resting place of a Japanese man who decided to end everything.
What?
The video instantly went viral, becoming featured on the trending page and amassing over 6 million views in under a day. However, before Logan had the chance to celebrate its success, the whole thing blew up in his face. The backlash to this video was immense and swift, with a petition
Finally a thumbnail. Don't even have a thumbnail, by the way, on this stream. I've stopped doing thumbnails of streams because, frankly, it's just like, it's just really inconvenient and hard. That's one of the things I loved about Twitch is you never had to compete with people with thumbnails. I've noticed that a lot of people stream on YouTube, you know? They usually just use one thumbnail and repeat it over and over, right? I could do that, but I'm not going to. I just feel like it's more welcoming to see if, like, what the person's actually seeing through, you know, like, because how the thumbnail on streams work is they'll just take an image of the last, like, 5 minutes and put it up there. Which, you know, I just think it looks more inviting. I don't know, in my opinion. But that's also me being lazy. But the point is like, dude, I'm not making thumbnails for streams no longer. No way. I'm not. It's never gonna happen again. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I mean, the odds of me making one is so much lower than before.
calling for his ban getting over 720,000 signatures. Logan
See, the
responded
problem with this whole signature thing, by the way, I've never understood it, is do they really think that all these signatures, guys, this is going to do something? No, it's not. Nothing. Like, I realistically speaking, only 700,000 people. It sounds like a lot, but like, dude, that's not enough. That's not. What actually makes a company ban someone or like actually take action is when you start hurting their money. So unless those people like all stopped watching YouTube collectively or they told shareholders, hey, you need to like take out money, you are not really getting them to change. Hate to be that guy. It doesn't matter how horrible the situation is. If you look at the history of YouTube, it's just true. Like, most of the times they don't react to things that are problems until it becomes a problem that is out of control. Because they don't care. They're only interested in the money.
Bonded by deleting the video completely, but the damage was already done. A couple days later, he also posted an apology titled "So Sorry."
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven.
Yeah, and this is the most manipulative apology of all time, in my opinion. When someone says, "Hey, I don't expect to be forgiven." Okay, so what if I don't forgive you? You know deep down you don't want that. You're just saying that to make yourself look better. Like, if everyone collectively said, "Okay, you know what? You're right. I don't actually forgive you." He'd be screwed. But he knows that he's just gonna win over people. Because when you say that, you sound like, "Hey, like I'm actually care about you," and he really doesn't. Also, he just sounds like he's reading off a script.
I'm simply here to apologize. So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw, they were unfiltered.
This wasn't as well as he might have hoped, but it was good enough to give him a second chance
That's a
at
crazy
YouTube.
ratio.
Fast forward to 2025, and Logan is still widely hated for the Japanese forest video, as well as his
Is it
many
really?
controversies since, like robbing millions of
Yeah, I mean, he's done way worse things at this point because, yeah, that video's horrible, but dude, robbing people multiple times, with money because of your little pump and dumps and whatnot, I'd argue that's almost as worse, if not the same level of badness, because, the money, um, like, you just, basically, like, money speaks, like, you can't just steal people's money, but though, you know what? It's just a good conversation. Is it actually the person's fault who put the money into the coins? Like, I think it was Logan Paul who made like crypto coin or whatever. I don't even know what it was called. I think he did. Right? Would it be considered the people's fault at that time? Because this was early on, before it became common to see pump and dumps, right? Is it really their fault for doing that? I'd still argue yes. I hold this, I really hold this as a belief that if you ever invest your money in crypto, because an influencer told you to, you're an idiot. The reason why I say that is because most people don't know anything about crypto. And just because an influencer told you something is stupid because influencer, guess what? It's in the name. They influence you to do things. That's what they do. That's the whole objective. Why do they influence you to do things? Because they're getting paid for it. It benefits them. Like, if you really think about it for 2 seconds, if you're suddenly making this huge crypto investment because an influencer influenced you to do it, you need to like, look at yourself and go, why? Why am I stupid? Slap yourself in the face, punch yourself, knock yourself off. Okay, well, no, never mind. But, it's crazy. Supporting his brother, fighting other older people, and he thinks he's good. I mean, yeah, it's just, I really don't know how he's still relevant. I guess it's because of all the antics he goes on. I don't know. Because it seems like ever since like 2 years ago, every single like month or so, there's a new video saying it's the end of his career, and then it keeps happening. More and more videos saying it's the end of his career. It's finally over. And he's never actually like gone because it just keeps happening. So it's weird.
dollars from his viewers with a crypto scam. Though
Obviously,
unlike
yeah, it was
Logan,
real.
who's still a controversy magnet to this day, this next YouTuber pulled off a complete redemption arc.
Oh yeah, him. Obviously, oh yeah. Is this the
PewDiePie is one of the most popular
bridge? He's been at 110 million for like literally like what feels like 5 years almost. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it just feels like he's hard stuck. Which is kind of crazy. But the thing about PewDiePie is he just will forever be known as that man. He'll be in the history of YouTube. If you disagree, then you were not around during the T-series of PewDiePie situation. That is still one of those situations where it's just like crazy. Like, when actual like content mattered, I guess.
popular YouTubers in history. To give you an idea of just how popular, in December 2016, he became the first YouTuber to hit 50 million subscribers. He was also making tens of
Is PewDiePie still the GOAT in your opinion? Well, yeah, kind of. I don't know. I don't watch him that often. I never really liked his content all that much, I'm not gonna lie. It's just my take on it. It's just like, it's just kind of generic. He does a little bit of everything, which makes it hard to enjoy, which you could argue I kind of do that nowadays. You know, the problem with doing a little bit of everything on YouTube, like, you know, you could play all these different games and you do reactions, all these different types of reactions is, it means that, like, if you want to watch someone do something specifically, you're only getting, like, a small portion of his content. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, basically it just felt very shallow compared to, like, someone who covers a more niche version of that type. I can't. Why am I not explaining this well? Whatever. Did he win against T-Series? I just realized. I actually don't remember. Oh, God. How do I not remember this?
millions of dollars from brand
He just wants to focus on his family and his fiance. Oh, my God. So you won't blame him for not putting as much effort as he did pre-2016. Oh, no, I know. I respect him, though, because he's not, like, he hasn't done, well, I shouldn't say that, because obviously we know where this is going. The bridge incident. It's just crazy, you know. The bridge incident is crazy, but you know what? My opinion on the bridge incident, by the way, it's irrelevant. If you really, like, cared about that, you're an idiot. Like, yeah, I mean, is it crazy he used that word? But when is, like, the average person uses that word multiple times in their life, if not every day, you know? I mean, it's dependent on who it is, but, like, everyone's used it once. At least once in their life. By the age of, like, 20, I'd say. It's just how it goes, you know? And even if it wasn't, you know, I mean, obviously it's a hard R, so that's kind of different, but, like, even if it wasn't, it's still, like, you're overreacting, dude. Like, it wasn't used towards, like, people, like, someone. He wasn't speaking towards someone. If you said that to someone directly, like, as in, like, an actual person, you know, that would have been different. But he's literally just, you know, raging. Like, okay, who cares? The bridge incident is the reason why it spiked the apocalypse. I forgot about that. And that's when all the stupid, oh yeah. Then you had all these stupid rules of like, no swearing, and then, you know, it was just all, that was the dark ages.
deals with massive companies like Disney. He was on top of his game. However, just a month later, he did something so stupid it could have easily ended his career. It all stemmed from his desire to continue upping the entertainment value of each new upload,
Wait,
all to
what?
keep his massive audience happy. While looking for video ideas, he came across Fiverr, a website where people
this
would
is
do
not the bridges, and what?
random tasks for small amounts of money, and one of
I think I know what this is.
them caught his interest.
But my favorite is your message on, where these guys, for example, will paint your message on my body and dance in the jungle.
Exclusive on Fiverr for $5.
Felix thought it would be funny to request the most outrageous phrase he could think of, and came up with this.
Sign to behold.
Well, where is it?
Death to all.
While I can't show the full phrase,
Oh. I don't know what that says, but it's probably something Kanye would say, I'm gonna guess. I don't know if that's true.
as it's highly offensive and
Swap
YouTube would
guess.
ban this video, it mentioned a certain religious group. He
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's just definitely something Kanye would say. When I say would, I mean he has probably. That's crazy actually. Yeah, why would you write that? Wow, that's crazy for. I mean, I know it's a joke, but that's kind of diabolical to do in a video. It's crazy. Not gonna lie, YouTube was just wild back then, and the rules weren't strict, of course. No, I think the thing is like, yeah, that's kind of diabolical, but he didn't mean it in a horrible way. He was just testing the waters. He didn't. I mean, it's gonna be obvious. It's pretty obvious he's not actually expecting them to write it, but I already know what's gonna happen.
thought that the request would simply get rejected due to its shocking nature. Unfortunately, the Indian boys running this gig didn't fully understand the gravity of the message Felix asked for, and went through with his request.
I paid for this.
Here, what is this?
What? What's with the Christmas? I like the editing.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. 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 Well, they didn't even paint on their chest. Okay, that's kind of. It's interesting.
Subscribe to Keemstar.
The situation was perfectly
I love how they're just laughing. It's pretty funny. Kanye should find them. You know, maybe they should collaborate on his album. Talk about it. I just need to make Kanye jokes because like, dude, like Kanye is just you just hear these words and you just Kanye, 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 Kanye. It's all you can think of. Like he's just so far gone that it's like all you can think about is associate with this.
summed up by a viewer's comment, reading, "I love the shock and horror on his face when they unrolled that paper, like he couldn't believe they actually did it. It was obviously a joke, he didn't think they were actually going to do it." Felix uploaded this video in January of 2017, expecting everyone to laugh at the lengths some people will go to for money, but it backfired spectacularly.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of those situations where I don't think it's really that valid to cancel someone or try to like be mad at someone over this. Like, I mean, realistically, most people would probably do the same thing. Like, they'd say, well, I mean, they wouldn't actually, most people probably wouldn't write that, but if they did, they wouldn't actually say it meaningly, you know, like actually with harmful intent, rather just, hey, I just want to test the waters, you know? I mean, let's be honest, we all know he's not, like, hateful towards them, so it's like, it's stupid. Just a stupid thing to be mad over.
Outlets jumped to the story, labeling him as an anti-Semitic nut. This resulted in him getting dropped from Disney.
That is so crazy that, like, this is what the problem with articles are, bro. They just immediately just jump to, like, the most negative thing possible. When it's just not true. Like, oh, wow, one time, and oh, it's over. And he didn't even, like, say it, you know? Disney? Yeah, why was he partnered with Disney, by the way? I don't know, that's weird. Oh, Disney makes sense,
Google
though.
also put the production of his YouTube original show, Scare PewDiePie, on hold, and removed him from the preferred partner program. Most importantly, Felix's name became synonymous with anti-Semitism online, a sentiment that some people still echo to this day.
My god. Like, bro, like, I kind of see where they're coming from, low-key, because when you say death, like, it's kind of crazy, but still, I still believe these people are overreacting completely. They can't take... You know, it's not really a joke, just like the concept of like testing the waters. You know, I would never call it a joke though.
Of course, many people were also on Felix's side, with this comment gaining over 9,000 likes, stating, "I'm Jewish and I laughed so hard at this. Shame the media doesn't get jokes." As for Felix himself, he initially tried to fight back against these claims, stating that sites like Wall Street Journal took out the section of context to paint him as something he's not. But eventually, he accepted that what he did was wrong, even if it was intended as nothing more than a joke. He deleted the video containing the offensive sign alongside his video criticizing the news outlet, and apologized, stating, "I am in no way supporting any kinds of hateful attitudes. I think of the content I create as entertainment and not a place for any serious political commentary. I know my audience understands that, and that is why they come to my channel. Though this was not my intention, I understand that these jokes were ultimately offensive." Now, he did have another major controversy in September of 2017 for saying the N-word during a stream, which he apologized for as well. However, he has learned his lesson since, and is now living a controversy-free life in Japan with his wife and son. That said, while his actions can be considered wrong, they were mostly harmless in the grand scheme of things, especially compared to the next video, which was taken down for putting a man through extreme psychological torture.
Yeah, what the hell is this? Not gonna lie, the apology was valid. What do you mean it was valid? Do you think the apology was... I don't know what he said in the apology. I have no idea. So, I can't remember. Sam Pepper. Okay, killing best friend prank. Yeah, so people be taking pranks so far. I just saw a video of this guy who pranked this old man. He walked into his store and played the sound. Like he went and pulled his phone up to someone else's phone, and then acted like he played like the sound of like when you transfer money through Apple Pay, or like the ding. And he said, "Oh, thanks for the $100," and that old guy crashed out so hard that, like, the cops were called. Like, it was crazy. I'm just sitting there thinking, why would you ever, like, do a prank like that? And some people be calling pranks stupid stuff. Like, Say I'm gonna drive on the opposite side of the road for 5 seconds and then swerve back in to my lane. Oh, that's today's prank. Like, what is this? Like, it's not pranks. People will be calling pranks things that are just ridiculous and over the top. Like a prank, I can't think of a prank off the top of my head. Like, I don't know, hiding behind like a vase or hiding behind a bush waiting for your friend to come over. Oh, you know, you scare him. Boom. That's a prank. You know? Dressing up as a clown, maybe. I don't know, but some people be taken too far. Like, this killing best friend prank is diabolical. Why would you ever do this?
Samuel Nicholas Pepper, better known as just Sam, started his YouTube journey.
He's the one who put toothpaste instead of cream in Oreo and gave it to a homeless man? Oh, I've heard about that. Oh yeah, this guy needs to go to hell then. That's just deserved. I don't know why, like, that's just disturbing. The whole Oreo thing, that's disturbing because frankly, like, also, I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe saying hell's overreaction, but still, he's not a good man.
Back in 2010 after getting booted from the Big Brother UK TV show.
Hey, JC, we stopped this about 20 minutes ago. Now shut the fuck up. Right, here we go.
You're so rude, Sam.
Sam, that's really unhelpful.
He was one of the early pioneers of prank videos on YouTube, with relatively tame pranks, like making people slightly uncomfortable in an elevator.
This is cozy. Should we all have a group hug, everyone? How do you feel about that? Group hug? No? Sorry, guys, I've just farted. Sorry, guys, I've just farted.
Jesus Christ. You should have a bit of respect and a bit of manners.
But as time went on, more and more people started making similar prank content.
Would you do that for views? How many views would you do to fart in an elevator full of 5 people? Actually, no, make it 10. How many views would you need? For me, it would need to be at least 50,000. I'd say, yeah, 50,000 is the least, because anything less, and it's just like, really? I don't know. I mean, the worst part is people would say, oh, I'll do it for 1,000 views. Like, dude. I don't know, it's just crazy. You know what's also crazy? People, including me, like, completely underestimate just how much 1,000 people is. Like, when you say 50,000 people watch your video, think about it this way. That's an entire football stadium, well, American football stadium, basically filled. Not really, well, I think that most stadiums can fit like 60 to 80,000 people, so it's like more than halfway filled, right? And if you really think about it, that's crazy work. Like, 50,000 people so much, and yet people will sit there and tell you, hey, 50,000 views, you fell off. You know, like, oh wow, you're not at 50,000 views. I mean, even 1,000 views. Think about it this way: 1,000 views. You put that in a room, like, if you were in an auditorium, right, and you put 1,000 people in there, depending on the auditorium, you could be cramped. Like, 1,000 people is a lot, and people underestimate it. Having 50,000 people watch your stream can generate a significant amount of revenue, potentially ranging from $100,000 to $200,000 per month for top-tier streamers. Crazy work. Well, that's also depending on how many ads you run and whatnot. And how, well, it depends on what platform you are as well. Yeah.
Content on YouTube. This increased competition forced Sam to amp up the intensity of his pranks, just to stand out from the crowd, and it didn't take long for his pranks to escalate from harmless fun to borderline harassment, like terrifying unsuspecting strangers with fake insects, or trying to hold hands with random women on the street.
Yeah, you're asking to get assaulted.
However, this constant
It's just a prank, bro. You don't understand. It's just a prank. Like, what do you expect? What, like, now you're in a situation where no matter what you say, you're basically just in hot water. Like, you know how easily this could escalate into a huge problem for you? You know, like, I don't think people realize that this guy's basically sacrificing potentially, like, his body for this stupid prank.
Escalation reached its peak on the 29th of November 2015, when he uploaded a video titled Killing Best Friend Prank. The video featured 2 Vine creators.
People are still doing these pranks today, and there was one that did many prank in the Philippines and got sent to jail for 24 years after thinking he's gonna get deported. What? Yeah, I mean the big one that I can think of is the guy with the dog, like the guy who pretends like he's blind with his like little fake dog named Shadow. Goes in public and just like makes the dog like aggressively bark. It's just him barking. Like I don't know how to explain it. That's like the only prank I can really know I can recall in the last who knows how many years. I guess it's okay. I don't know. It's not even that great of a prank anymore. It's been done for years.
Sam Goldbach and Colby Brock, who were very close friends in real life. Sam wanted to show how a person would react if their best friend died right in front of them. To make this happen, he convinced Colby to work with him in pranking Goldbach. He then invited the two to a predetermined location for a quote meeting. And just like they planned, Colby stopped the car in that location and pretended something was wrong with it.
Oh, what are you doing? I'm not doing that.
The two then got out of their car and started looking under the hood to find the supposed problem. However, seconds later, a person approached them from behind and put a black cloth on Goldbach's head and pinned him on the ground.
Holy crap. No, this thing right here is it, right? Holy crap, no.
Colby then helped this person tie Goldbach with duct tape before putting him in the car's trunk and driving off. The video then cut to a rooftop with Goldbach tied to a chair and Colby kneeling next to him. A masked figure removes Goldbach's hood to show him the face of his friend one last time.
It's gonna be alright.
He then pulls out a fake gun and pretends to shoot Colby, who instantly falls to the ground. But from Goldbach's perspective, this is all real. He just lost his best friend and doesn't even know why. After a solid minute of Goldbach bawling his eyes out, Colby gets up and tells him that it's all a prank.
Sam.
What? What the fuck?
Sam.
What is? I thought you actually died.
Dude. I'm sorry, man. Dude, no, I'm here.
Don't you ever fucking do that to me again, man?
Okay, yeah, that's disturbing. I'm not gonna lie, that's just dark.
Dude, I actually thought you died.
The video then ended with Sam doing an interview of the two to show that they're okay. However, while Goldbach might have been fine with the prank, the viewers not so much. With one viewer writing, "The kidnapping vid went a little too far, but Sam saying 'here's everything I have' made me cry a whole new ocean." Another simply wrote, "That wasn't a prank, that was psychological torture." Put
Yeah,
simply,
what?
most people saw this prank as unnecessary.
Like, you really just put someone through something they should never have to be through. Because, yeah, obviously everyone should be prepared for losing your friend and your family and all that eventually. Well, you know, if you live long enough to see that. You should be prepared for that eventually, but, like, you know, it's the next level when you literally see them die in front of your eyes. Like, it's just like, you can't do that to someone and then say it's a prank and expect everything to go well. Like, that was the amount of emotion, like the emotion of the roller coaster of emotions you go through is probably just crazy. Like, oh my God, bro, the ukulele music in the background thinks you can just get away with it. Okay, like, I don't know.
Necessarily
I
cruel
did not hear it, by the way.
and cold-hearted. They felt genuinely bad for the extreme mental torment Goldbach was put under, resulting in Sam getting backlash from every corner of the internet.
There was absolutely no humor in it. Not at all. If you actually found humor in this, you probably don't get out very often.
Hate this video. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
Viewers also started a petition for YouTube to terminate Sam's whole channel, which received over 220,000 signatures.
Again, what is this gonna do? What is it, like, who's getting shown these signatures? Like, I just, it makes me so annoyed, because really it's just a waste. Like, I don't get it. Unless you know someone personally, and you started this whole thing, and you show, like, if you talk to someone who's, like, high ranks in the YouTube hierarchy, right? And you tell them, hey, you know, if I get this amount of signatures, will you do something? And they'll be like, yeah. That's the only way I can see this being good. Otherwise, it's just pointless.
The hacktivist group Anonymous got involved and told Sam to take down the video, or they will unleash hell on him. Things were looking bad for Sam, but instead of listening to the harsh criticism from around the internet, Sam decided to double down. He launched a GoFundMe campaign stating that he would take the video down if he gets $1.5 million.
Oh my God. That's crazy work. That's actually crazy work because it probably would work too. Yeah, let's see.
In donations. Eventually, the pressure became overwhelming, leading him to wipe his entire channel, not just this video, but all of them. In his later apology, he also revealed something that made viewers even more mad. According to Sam, the whole thing was fake. Goldback knew it was a prank the whole time and was just acting. Goldback and Colby also confirmed this in an interview a few months later.
Most people don't believe me that that was acting. They're still like, oh, he got traumatized, that was real. But I had tried to work on making myself cry for like 3 weeks before that.
However, many viewers did not buy this one bit. They're convinced that Goldback was lying since his supposed acting felt a bit too real, with comments like, despite Sam saying he knew the whole time, he isn't that good of an actor. There is no way an average YouTuber could pull off that level of raw panic and emotion. He thought his friend was dead, and there's no way Sam was in on it. His reaction was genuine and real as fuck. I feel like his only—
I mean, yeah, the way he hugs his friend is like telling. You would never hug your friend like that if you were acting. Like, it's just not how it works. He looks like a bootleg James Charles with the hair. Yeah, what by the way, what is this guy's hair? Yeah, this guy's hair is crazy. It's just crazy.
There's no way Sam, because he didn't want Colby to get all the hate. Regardless of its authenticity, it still marked the end of Sam's career. He tried rebranding himself with vlogs and stuff on multiple occasions.
I never understood why people watch vlogs. What is there to see? Like, oh, come look, I'm eating. Like, okay, move on. Like, I don't know, it's not interesting to see people's life like that every single day. Bro look like a Mr. Muffin. What? A Mr. Muffin? What's that?
Every time. He's now spending his days as a somewhat successful TikToker whose viewership fluctuates between a few 100,000 views to just a couple thousand views per video. As cruel and heartless as
Whoa, the switch up is crazy. Nah, he actually looks like a real, like, villain now, kind of. Like, he looks like a thug, low-key. What is this? Why is there a watch with... Why is it all Chinese, by the way? I don't know. And what is this profile picture? That's the big thing. Like, he literally looks like a thief. Like, a dirty, sneaky thief. You said Mr... Oh, MF Muffin? I don't know who MF Muffin is either way.
1,000 views to just a couple thousand views per video. As cruel and heartless as Sam's prank was, at least his targets were adults. The next YouTuber, however, had no such restraint, pulling equally cruel pranks on his own young children without a second thought.
I know where this is going. Yep.
Michael and Heather Martin started their family YouTube channel called Daddy05 in 2000.
I know this is, I think most people agree that having a channel where you document your kid's lives from a young age is absolutely horrible. Because that kid now has to deal with internet attention for the rest of their life. Depending on how long, the channel lasts for, at least. I mean, if you really pay attention, most channels, like family vlog channels, usually don't last long enough for that to be applicable. But, it's just like the idea that, like, hey, this kid's whole early on life is documented to the public is just crazy. There's no, like, that kid doesn't even have the ability to say yes or no. Like, they're literally just getting in no matter what. It's just dumb. You know Toy Freaks? I don't even know what Toy Freaks is.
2015, with a description that read, "We as a family decided to make this YouTube channel just for fun." And for a while, that's all there was to it, with the couple and their 5 children simply hanging around the house, playing with each other, and being wholesome all around. This resulted in the channel gaining over 750,000 subscribers and more than 176 million views. Now, you would think that this level of success would be enough to satisfy the Martin couple. Sadly, it wasn't long long before their thirst for views outweighed the love for their own children. They realized that the more shocking a video was, the better it performed. So they started performing cruel pranks with their kids. These often involved yelling at them for extended periods of time, making them break down in tears before revealing that it was all just a prank. Like the video titled "Invisible Ink Prank Epic Freakout," in which Heather poured ink that turns invisible after a while on the carpet and then pretended like it was the son Cody's fault.
The video starts with a Maryland mother holding a bottle of magic disappearing ink.
I'm going to squirt it all over his carpet and start flipping out.
That's exactly what she does. Then she screams for her 10-year-old son, Cody.
What the? I didn't do that!
Even the father joins in as the—
Oh my god. Like, that's just abuse. I'm sorry. When you're yelling, it's no longer a prank, it's just abuse. Because, like, as a kid, that's devastating, because you literally can't do anything. Like, you're backed into a corner where you're blamed, and there's no hope because the parents did it. So there's no, oh, my brother did it. Or, like, no, you're cooked.
The youngster says he didn't do anything.
Why did you do that? You ruined the carpet. Get out of here, mind your business. I didn't do that! Mom and Dad, I didn't
Oh my God. The heartbreaking sight of such young children in distress left viewers outraged, leading to the video racking up more dislikes than likes. The couple tried to ignore the backlash by, quote, blocking all the haters, but that only made things worse, with one person writing, "These parents literally think that verbally abusing their children is considered a, quote, prank and legitimately see nothing wrong with it. How can you be so evil?" After getting overwhelmed by the backlash, they tried to apologize for their mistakes, and even went on national TV to plead their case. However, it was too little too late. The authorities were already investigating the couple, and in May of 2017, custody to their two youngest children, Emma and Cody, was returned to their biological mother. But that wasn't all, because just 4 months later, the two were also arrested. The court found Mike and Heather guilty of child neglect charges, and they were sentenced to 5 years of supervised probation, which also prohibited them from making any social media posts of their kids, essentially ending their online career. In July 2018.
Alright, that just said, by the way, unless for legitimate family purposes. What legitimate family purposes is there for social media posting of kids? Like, I can't think of a legitimate reason because it's all optional. All of that is optional. There's no need for any of it in reality. Like, you could argue, oh, graduation photos. That's optional. You don't even have to post that. You know, oh, they graduated 8th grade. You know, let them post it, you know? At that point, I don't know, that seems ridiculous to me.
Posts of their kids, essentially ending their online career. In July 2018, YouTube also stepped in, deleted all their videos, and banned the channel permanently. They've since tried to make a comeback with a channel named The Martin Family, but judging by the views, I'd say that a comeback isn't happening anytime soon. However, most people can agree that the deletion of all Daddy05's videos was completely justified, but for this next case, the outrage might have been a little overblown.
Yeah, this is crazy. I think the problem, this is why I'm glad I didn't do a face reveal later in, is because people really, like, they really be, like, I don't know how to describe it, it's like, putting this image to someone's voice that is just so eloquent, and I've been guilty of it too, where you just assume that this person's gonna be the best looking person of all time, and, like, oh my god, they're gonna be... Like, they're gonna be the perfect person. Oh my god, it's God himself. And then they reveal, and you're like, ooh. I've seen so many, like, I remember, there's so many YouTubers, I've seen their face reveals and gone, okay, ew. And then I realized, okay, who cares? You get used to it. But, like, when it's Dream, one of the biggest content creators of all time, and, like, people be treating him like he's literally God himself, of course the people are gonna be disappointed with this. Because they assume that he's like this God-looking man who looks like Jesus himself. Like, there was no satisfying anyone. Like, it's just how it goes. Especially that community. Which is why it would have been better if he just didn't do this at all, honestly. Because realistically, the only reason why you should face reveal is if you plan on using your face cam for purposes of content. Otherwise, there's not even a need, like, at all. Because But in this case, he literally just all of together made like basically no content with his actual face, and then he said, "Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to make people forget about this." Like, so what was the point? You didn't make podcasts, you didn't make like reaction or anything. You just did nothing with this. Like, it was such a pointless task.
You see, while Dream is still one of the most popular Minecraft YouTubers on the planet, his popularity from 2020 to 2022 was on a whole nother level.
Yeah, wow, 100 million views? Wow. Nah, he milked this dry, by the way. Way too dry, I'm not gonna lie. It was fun to watch them, you know, when they first came out in like 2020, 2021. And then at a certain point, it just became like, okay, move on, please. Like, I don't care about this anymore. Why did Dream angle his face to look like a troll face? I don't know. I have kind of low-key beef with Dream, not because he's a bad person or anything, just because of his content. Because it promoted, like, this style of Minecraft where it's like people now need to play, like, you know, they have to, like, clutch all the time. They need to make, like, crazy clips. I mean, yeah, Minecraft can be played however you want, but, like, dude, it's just so annoying because now you play with people and they're talking about, oh, I'm going to make the greatest clutch of all time. Like, who cares? It just gets annoying, honestly, to deal with people talking about, oh, let's boat clutch. Like, all this Minecraft content talking about how the best way to clutch and stuff. Like, dude, I don't... Like, this was not around in the good days of Minecraft, because, guess what? Like, Minecraft is more about, like, actually building and stuff, not... Again, it's a sandbox game, so that argument's kind of silly, but, like, I just feel like it is a problem. There's a reason why I missed the old era Minecraft content. Like, the old era Minecraft content, I'd say up till, like, 2019, really, is where it ended, really. Is where it's like people actually focus, like the popular videos are actually focused on building and progressing their worlds, and not in this like fast-paced, unrealistic way where it's like now you see all these videos and they're either talking about like surviving crazy like feats, or you know, they're doing these insane challenges that dedicate thousands of hours to that like no one else is realistically ever gonna accomplish. Like, I just miss when it was Let's Plays, where it's like, hey, this is something I can relate to, you know? Where, hey, you know, I could do this. Now it's just ridiculous. That's why I don't watch Minecraft content anymore. It's all just outlandish. And yes, you can still find Let's Plays. That argument's always going to be there. Yeah, you can always find Let's Plays. There's hundreds of people posting Let's Plays constantly every day, to be honest with ourselves. But they're not going to hit the same. You just won't. It's a reality.
Thing he did was an immediate success, and this included his venture into the world of music. For instance, Dream released his song Mask in May of 2021, and it only took the song 7 days to hit over 10 million streams.
What?
The overall reception to the song was also quite good, with tweets like, "I'm so proud of Dream, Mask is so good and his vocals improved so much, oh god, banger song," and "Mask by Dream was playing in the gym, life is good," getting thousands of likes. Some fans even made fan art of the song to show their appreciation. However, these positive reactions lasted barely over 2 weeks before everything came crashing down. This is because on May 30th, Dream finally admitted to accidentally cheating during a speedrun despite denying the allegations for months. This confession alone sparked a massive wave of backlash, causing many to turn their backs on anything Dream related, including his new song. Dream tried to salvage the situation.
What? Well, how did he accidentally do it? If it's an accident, then like why are we like overhyping it, dude? I really don't know what the accident is. I don't know. To be fair, if this is the case where he was really providing mathematicians with like math equations, I really like if you accidentally cheated and you find out and you had to do all this work just to convince people you weren't cheating, it does kind of make it seem extreme because, bro, you had to bring in math teachers, right? Or whoever it was, math professors or whatever. If that's the same case, like, dude, you're cooked. Like, it's just, yeah, you dragged it out so hard about how, like, oh god, I'm not actually cheating, and now you did? Like, what? Dream made cereal in a t-shirt with his damn face for $60. Oh, crazy. Like, honestly, this guy doesn't even look bad. Like, this is not bad at all. He looks perfectly fine. Like, I don't know why people are still, oh, he's so ugly. Like, what?
By posting the song's music video a week later. Unfortunately for him, this only made the situation worse. For starters, the video looked way uglier than anyone could have imagined. The character in the video had a creepy, uncanny valley face, and the whole thing looked cheap and unfinished. However, the bigger issue people had was with its messaging. The video showed his character throwing away a box of medication labeled as normal pills, and looking at a doctor's note saying, "You are not normal." Even though these scenes were based on Dream's own experiences with ADHD and its
Kanye. Okay. I need to poke fun at Kanye, because again, I don't know, Kanye's on the mind. Like, every time I just sit there and realize, like, dude, Kanye in 2025 is such a downhill spiral that you just can't bring him up. Like, not bringing him up is literally a crime. Like, this is literally, like, medication is something he needs. And I ain't talking about that nitrous. Okay.
Its medication, many were not happy about this corny depiction in the music video. They saw these scenes as condescending towards doctors who just want to help their patients with mental illness.
I mean, do they really want to? Well, it's really questionable. Sometimes they don't offer the best advice. Sometimes they just offer you put you on pills because that's what they're paid to do, to get you paid to pay for the pills, right? Sometimes there's just better ways to handle it. For example, you could go to therapy and solve some of your problems sometimes, mentally, you know? It depends on what it is, obviously. ADHD I don't know much about, so I can't really speak on that, so I don't know. Also, putting on a mask
with one popular
crazy
tweet on the matter stating, "Hey Dream, what's the message behind throwing out the normal pills?" and basically implying that if you have a mental illness, do not seek medical help because it's, quote, bad.
Yeah, Kanye watched this and said, "Oh man, I agree." Okay, enough.
Really weird message to say F medication for any form of mental illness, basically. Even if unintentional, it's extremely effing strange and damaging. If people need help, they need help. And calling a medication normal pills effing lessens someone's struggle with mental illness.
That's true.
Put simply, Dream was getting flamed from all sides and there was nothing he could do. Ultimately, the backlash on the video got so bad that he decided to private the music video just a month after its original release.
Alright, dude, like, dude... I don't know, like, it just bothers me when people private videos, a lot, because it's just a sign of weakness, like, oh my god, I can't handle it, oh my god. First off, dude, if, like, a month later, you privated it, it's such a weird move, because I guarantee you, in a month after that, no one would be talking about that video. They'll just move on, so why private it? How does that benefit you at all? I don't know. Like, people already saw it. They had a whole month to marinate with that video. That video marinated in the algorithm for a whole month. So, like, privating it at that point, it just does nothing. You're not stopping people from seeing it, and you're going, oh my god, because they already did see it.
Similar thing happened to another music video from a popular YouTuber, but the reason behind this one was a whole lot more sinister. Jaden Animations is one of the largest animation storytime channels on YouTube, with over 14 million subscribers and more than 2.8 billion views.
Wow.
However, despite its success, this channel remained faceless for many years. Then, in April of 2017, Jaden posted a video explaining why she hasn't done a face reveal yet. In this video, she revealed that one of the main reasons she stayed anonymous for so long was because she had been suffering from a severe eating disorder. She would starve herself to the point of passing out, eat something to relieve the pain, then quickly purge it all to avoid gaining any weight. Fortunately, she also revealed that she was now in a much healthier place. A year after this video, she also posted a music video called Empty to spread further awareness about eating disorders. This video went extremely viral, amassing over 27 million views over the next 2 years. But then, in September of 2022, the music video vanished from YouTube without a trace, leaving fans confused about what happened. However, unlike the deleted videos we've looked at so far, this one wasn't Jaden's fault in any way, shape, or form. Instead, the reason behind its disappearance was the person featured in the video as a co-creator, Dave from Boy in a Band.
Yeah, this guy looks familiar. He does. Why do YouTubers even make music videos? Because music is a really great way to make money, for being honest. Like, the thing is, once you're famous, like, music is so much easier because music is, if you don't have a label, that is, if you have a label, you're cooked. Like, this is one of those things people understand is once you sign to a label, you basically have nothing. You're making so little money off each stream that it's basically like You need to have a lot of streams to make a lot of money. It's talked about somewhat often, but most people don't know it. That's why, you know, when you already have fame, it's so easy to get into music. Um, and because you already have that fame, you know, you don't need to sign a label, because you have connections. Well, not fully, but you know, you already have like leverage because people know who you are. So people are gonna stream your music for sure. You probably can talk to people in the industry, you know. So like you're making a lot more money. I mean, I think that's the big thing is the money. Honestly. Because most people, you know, I think most people can agree that at some point in their life they thought, man, I wish I could be a rapper or a singer, R&B artist, country singer, like whatever. At some point in your life you thought that, like that would be so cool. Um, and then you realize, well, I don't have that much talent. But once you're famous, it's like, well, now you could probably do it and get away with it, you know? I think that's the thing. So, I'm not, by the way, I would, if I was famous, I would never really do music, probably, just because I'm not in that headspace. I think music is very, very hard to master because you have to know so much and just have a creative mind as well. Um, I don't know.
I've already done a full video covering Dave's situation in detail,
Yeah,
but if you
I don't
haven't
know what
watched
this
that
is.
video, here's a summary of what happened. On the 7th of September 2022, several disturbing allegations against Dave came out, including his medication abuse, corn addiction, and alleged disgusting interest in minors. He was also accused of being extremely toxic and manipulative in his relationships. Dave never responded to these allegations or denied them in any way, leaving viewers to think they were likely true. So, from what I can gather, Jaden took down the music video on her own to sever all connections with the alleged creep. And while she did what she thought was best, some fans couldn't help but feel sad about it, with one of the most liked comments under the re-upload stating, "I feel so bad for Jaden. This song took a lot of effort and it clearly means a lot to her because it's a great way to represent what she went through with her anorexic phase. But it all got ruined because the man who helped her do it turned out to be a horrible person. As for..."
I mean, that was kind of weird. Again, that's one of those situations where you kind of just like, what's the point of removing it? I will always say this, and I'll repeat again, it's just, you know, there's really never a reason to remove or private videos unless you really feel like it's just not good for your channel. In the sense of like, this is not a good, well, see, that sounds stupid though. Because that goes against what I really mean, where I say like you shouldn't private videos, because, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like a lot of these, by the way, just it's pretty obvious, but like, hey, you should just not have uploaded these videos. If you really thought about what you're doing, you would realize don't upload them, you know?